Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of La Plata Ward 4 video update. This is Dave Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4, and your host for this video update, which is posted on YouTube and now YouTube Music, as well as my companion La Plata Ward 4 update podcast. Now, this video episode is about the town's 2020 comprehensive plan, which was adopted in September of 2020. You can look at my La Plata Ward 4 update podcast, which is posted in June of 2022, which provides a summary of the adopted comprehensive plan. Now, the plan itself, the comp plan itself, is a guide for both the Town Council and the Planning Commission. The plan's goals and objectives are implemented over time through decisions made by the Planning Commission and the Town Council, which relate to annexation requests, rezoning, subdivision or development projects, and the location and construction of other public improvements. Now, each goal has action items for implementation, and again, this is basically a policy guide to how the town grows in the future. So I'm going to refer you now to my screen, which is the link, which is from the town's planning department, which has started a what they call a 2020 comprehensive plan tracker, and it's under construction. And what they mean by that, they're still developing it and updating it as they implement different goals and action plans from the comp plan. So I'm going to highlight certain of these goals and actions which I believe are important and were part of the reasons why I ran for office in 2021. Now, please note, though, that these comments are for me as one town council member and do not reflect the town council or views of the town and or the town's planning commission. So let's jump in. So goal 1 talks about the town maintaining and enforcing its plans and policies to strengthen the downtown core and to maintain its small town character. So one of the items they're looking at is to develop what they call form-based zoning codes for downtown. This is a good and I believe needed process and change which would provide flexibility and incentives for needed downtown revitalization. For instance, this can be used to really encourage more business investments in the town, as well as more residential units, specifically mixed uses, where you would have first floor commercial uses and perhaps on the second or third floor some residential uses, all to encourage activity and investment in the town. So let me scroll down a little bit on the screen and go and look at goal number 2. Again, a kind of a favorite of mine. New development areas will reflect the principles of walkability, sustainability, and environmental protection. So the town, so I would heartily support this effort, and there are some things that are happening that would support this goal, and also action items specifically. There's the pending construction of the Plata radio station walkway. There's some activity to develop construct safety beacons along Charles Street in downtown La Plata by the State Highway Administration at 2 existing pedestrian crossing areas, one in front of the hospital and one in front of the Port Tobacco Theater. So this is ongoing activity. Goal number 3, let me scroll down to that one. La Plata will help develop flexible planning requirements to support anchor institutions and new economy business opportunities. So the town is beginning to do that. It's slow but steady progress, and that helps to diversify our tax base and reduce a lot of dependency on residential property taxes to fund town activities and function. So I'm going to move down to number 4. And this is part of one element of the comprehensive plan. It's called the municipal growth element. And this goal relates to that La Plata will expand its boundaries, that is, grow or approve annexations when and where there's a clear net economic and environmental benefit for doing so, and only when supported by adequate public facilities. So to be very blunt, and again, this is my opinion and my view, this has been a very disappointing goal in terms of the town has approved 2 major annexations last year. One was called the Hub, which is west of the town on Maryland 225, and then right near there another one called Hawthorne Yards. Again, these were approved in 2023. I was and still was opposed to those annexations. I voted no and still believe that because I believe this goal specifies other actions that should happen when we approve annexations, and I don't believe, in my opinion, that there was enough detailed impact and analysis on not only on the town's existing infrastructure, but what our future needs would be for water and sewer and other infrastructure, and specifically as well as what will be the maintenance costs in the future if and when these projects develop, and then the town would then have to take over those facilities, and then we have to maintain them, and that takes tax dollars to do that. So now I'm going to scroll through a number of the elements. You can see them here, goal 5 and goal 6, and I'm going to jump down to goal number 10. So let me scroll down here. You can see the goals as I go through here. So I'm going to go to goal number 10, which is important, as you all probably know, and that is our water resources element. And goal 10 states plan updates and enhancements to the town's wastewater infrastructure to ensure that growth and development can be accommodated within the Chesapeake Bay restoration process. So I think we're doing that, in that the sewage treatment plant has methodically have planned projects to improve not only the capacity of the sewage treatment plant, but as well as the quality of the outflow. So there's been a lot of work to do and enhance that capability. So let me then go further down to goal number 11. This is important. Ensure that future water supply needs of the town can be met while preserving the long-term sustainability of shared groundwater resources. Excuse me. So the town is making progress, and the town has and continues to pursue additional water capacity by working with the Maryland Department of the Environment, MDE, to obtain another groundwater appropriation permit. That's the state regulates the water system, not the town or the county. So we've been working, or try to work with the state to obtain an additional water appropriation permit. We unfortunately have not been successful so far over a number of years, but we continue to pursue that. This also includes us working with Charles County, because like us, they will also need water because we share aquifers, we share groundwater. So we've been attempting to work with the county on a water sharing agreement where we share water resources. Unfortunately, this too has been delayed, and we have not made, in my view, enough positive progress to obtain additional water supply at a reasonable cost and an equitable cost for both the town and county residents. And I would refer you to my February 20th, 2024 podcast, the Plata Ward 4 update podcast, called La Plata's Infrastructure Water Update. And this was posted on my podcast on February 20th of 2024. That gives you additional background about our water needs and what we've been doing to try to obtain additional capacity, water capacity. So now I'm going to scroll down a little further and go down to goal number 16. Let me do that. Bear with me. So here's, again, goal 16, again, a favorite of mine. Continuing to make La Plata a very walkable community. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, there are some, the State Highway Administration has promised and it has scheduled to install 2 pedestrian beacons, hopefully by late this spring or early this summer, 2024, again in front of the hospital where there's a pedestrian crossing, and also where the Port Tobacco Theater crossing as well. The Plata Station Parkway, the radio station pathway, again, is a project where the town has received significant design money as well as significant constructing grants and funds to build this project, which would go from downtown La Plata all the way out along Radio Station Road and connect with an existing walkway along St. Charles Parkway. The county has chipped in as well, and so we're very grateful for their efforts to help us coordinate an walkway entrance into Laurel Springs, their regional park. So they've agreed to pay for any additional costs as well as any additional permits that are needed. So we thank the county for that. And again, this all aids toward a more walkable La Plata. We've also, on an annual basis, we've submitted the town's transportation priority list, which we have to do each year. And the latest version, dated March of 2024, was submitted to the county and therefore then submitted to the state at their meeting with the state in mid-March of this year. So that's an ongoing process, and I previously provided some podcasts about those priorities. I will go back and do that again to update you on those projects. I'm going to go down now to goal number 20. Again, this is an important one. Goal 20 reads, strengthen town services and programs with adequate staffing and technical expertise. We want to try obviously to maintain what you expect of services, and that the water system works, the trash is picked up, the sewer system works, and stormwater management is done. So the town completed a comprehensive staff needs analysis in 2022. From that study, it was recommended that the town establish and fill a full-time human relations director, HR director, which we have done. She's been in office. She's been on the job for almost a year. And that has paid immediate dividends for the staff. On two points, she's instituted a online paying system to pay our town staff electronically. That has provided significant savings in terms of less paperwork, less administrative time. So and she continues to provide those cost savings to us, as well as we've been able to fill needed vacancies, within our Department of Public Works, in our operations department, as well as the Plata Police Department. So we filled those vacancies because unfortunately there was a significant turnover, but that turnover rate has subsided or been reduced significantly. Our retention rates are much, much higher. So that's been a positive outcome of fulfilling this need for a full-time HR, Human Resources Director. And then as well, each department is implementing succession plans to promote staff internally, and then to provide a succession plan for leadership as they retire or move on to other positions. Just really quickly, let me just go down to goal number 21. Establish a capital improvements plan to guide the town's infrastructure investment. We have used that for a number of years, but it's been improved because now it's linked to the comprehensive plan. It's also linked to our strategic plan. Again, that's a blueprint of how the town should expand its infrastructure to meet the growing demands as the town continues to grow and expand. Now I want to go down to goal number 24, which is housing. Let me scroll down to that. This talks about, or it reads, goal number 24, encourage a range of housing density, type, and cost and size in new subdivisions to welcome a diverse population. So the town is making progress. You probably have seen recent construction of an affordable apartment project called Magnolia Gardens along Washington Avenue. There are apartments that are finishing completion along Charles Street. And then there's a number of apartments currently being constructed at Rosewick Place, which is the mixed-use commercial residential development adjacent to Rosewick Road, opposite the existing Lowe's shopping center. And then also I would note Pine Grove, which is the large annexation project that was approved a number of years ago. They have initiated construction, and they are providing or will provide different housing types to include single-family townhouses and apartments. And I believe on one part of the property there will be housing for over 55 age groups. So again, that fulfills, or at least that's action items to look at a diverse housing for the town of La Plata. So now I want to go down to goal number 26. We're getting toward the end here. This is, again, a focus of mine. It's called goal number 26, focus the town's community and economic development efforts on the downtown core. Demonstrate public investment to attract private capital. I'll be very frank and blunt, and again, this is my observation and opinion. We have not necessarily made great progress here because the town really has no economic development function. And what I mean by that, we don't have an office, we don't have a staff that all their time is devoted to helping existing businesses while attract new businesses. So we really don't have that. We've had a La Plata Town Center Corporation for a number of years, which is a nonprofit separate entity created by the town a number of years ago to work on improving downtown La Plata and perhaps pursue a Main Street designation. Unfortunately, this has not functioned and has not made any significant progress. And I'm to blame for that because I'm the current town council member, representative to this group as a non-voting member. So I certainly will share the blame of lack of activity, and I can go into that a little bit more later. The town has also has had some discussions over the last number of years of whether we should be a full Main Street community. We're currently an affiliate member, but there are some significant requirements and a lot more than I initially thought for us to be fully designated as a Main Street program. We have not met that burden, and frankly, I'm not sure, again, my opinion, whether we have the needed input and support from both the town government, from the business community, and frankly, from the citizenry, their active engagement in this process. And perhaps, again, the town does not offer that opportunity as well. So that's kind of on me and the town. Again, my humble opinion as one council member, but it is unfortunately what I think is one of my biggest failures so far. However, hopefully will be an opportunity for a more robust and inclusive discussion by the town council in the near future, so we can begin to really understand whether we should do this or not. So I just wanted to offer that blunt assessment as one council member. So finally, I want to just briefly touch on goal number 28. Again, similar to 26, build on the town's economic strength. Again, I would just refer back to my previous comments about lack of an economic development function and the town center corporation. So we just need a more discussion about how we want to pursue that goal and action items. So in conclusion, it's important to note that these comp plan goals and action items, they're all interconnected and they interact. And therefore, we should view them through the lens of a holistic process and best viewed as progress over time. This does take time. So while there has been progress in implementing these goals and action items, there is still an additional or more sustained implementation work and effort are needed over time. So this, what I'm showing you today, this comp plan implementation tracker is important and needed, and I'm sure the planning staff will continue to update it as they move forward on different projects. Now, perhaps another needed action item is that, and this is noted in our town code, and I'll reference it in our town charter. It's Article 4, Mayor, C4-3, the powers and duties of the mayor, of any mayor, not the current one, but just any mayor. And we haven't done this for as long as I've lived here, and it specifically talks about, and I'll quote, the mayor each year shall report to the council the condition of municipal affairs and make such recommendations as he or she deems proper for the public good and the welfare of the town. So unfortunately, as long as I've lived here, and that's been a number of years, the town has never done this. And I believe it's important as we continue to change and grow. And I would again suggest to you that the adopted 2022 Town Strategic Plan can be used as a basis to do an annual report as specified in our town charter. And in fact, this could be made into an online dashboard where you could see our progress, this and future councils and our progress as we implement not only the comp plan, but the strategic plan. I would refer you to my January 14th, 2024 La Plata Ward 4 video update, which I provide an update or a update to the strategic plan process and what we've done so far. So I'll end it here. And again, my ask again will be, please continue to engage with in and into your town, our residents. Please attend our meetings, whether it's a town council meeting or other boards of commissions that may interest you. You can attend these in person, virtually, online, or you can watch them later on YouTube. So again, I urge your participation. So please watch for my next La Plata Ward 4 update podcast, which will be an episode about our April 9th town council meeting, where we'll be discussing and reviewing the initial review of our FY 2025 annual operating budget. We have some severe challenges this year, so I hope to provide something sometime after the April 9th Town Council meeting. So again, thanks for watching. Hopefully we're going to get some good spring weather after all this rain. Please email me at djenkins@townoftheplata.org with your questions and comments. Thanks a lot, and be safe.